We're going to say hello to Gary Barve. Gary Barve is running for president in the upcoming election in 3 more years. Good morning to you, Gary.
Hey, Michael, how are you? It's great to be back, I think for the 4th or 5th time on your incredible Good Morning Keys radio show. And,
yes,
thank you very much for having me as a guest. It's an honor for me to be a guest on your show today. And
yes,
let me. Yep. Yes, sir. Go on.
I was just going to say, no, you certainly are engaged and informed and very active in the political scene, and we appreciate your perspective. And also yes, please give us an update on your campaign as well.
All right, awesome. Thank you. I think most of your viewers and listeners probably have familiarity with me by now, but let me quickly introduce myself, your great viewers and listeners. My name is Gary Barve. I am a youth supporter of our President Donald J. Trump, a proud Republican of the Republican Party that belongs to our President Donald J. Trump. And I'm officially running for President of the United States of America in the 2028 election to help President Trump make America great again, keep America great, and save America. And I'm running because I love President Trump. I love our country, the greatest country in the world, the United States of America, and I love our great American people, and I want to help President Trump make America great again. That's why I'm running.
Okay.
And just want to share a few things with your great viewers and listeners. The first thing I want to say is my heart goes out to the many innocent lives lost in the recent horrible accident that happened at the Reagan National Airport. And I'm hopeful that such an accident does not happen again. I want to thank our awesome first responders, and just want to say that I have prayed and I am praying to Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior. Again, I respect all religions, but I'm Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior, and I'm praying to Jesus Christ to make sure that the well-being of the many friends and family members of the victims, they're looked after in their time of grief.
Mm-hmm.
I also want to say, we also have these horrible fires in California, and I think my heart goes out to all the victims of the fires that happened there as well. I think Gavin Newsom is just a weak, pathetic governor, and his California last policies are completely destroying California, and he should, in my opinion, resign immediately, because Gavin Newsom is really bad for America. And, you asked me just to give a few updates about my campaign, and I'm really happy to do that, Michael. I think my campaign is gathering really good momentum. I was at a President Donald J. Trump rally in Las Vegas, Nevada, just a few days back. And I think it was an invite-only event for his campaign volunteers. And the theme of the event was no tax on tips, which I think is an incredible policy that President Trump has. And, I think it immensely helps our great American restaurant workers and bartenders, not just in Las Vegas, but across the country. I believe, Michael, that the Trump Republican Party stands strong with the American worker. And, we really are the regular, everyday American People's Party. Though, to be really honest, there's no such thing as a regular American, because I believe in American exceptionalism. I believe one of the reasons we're the greatest country in the world, Michael, is because we as Americans are exceptional people. But we really are the party of the American worker, our great American farmers, oil and gas workers, coal mine workers, construction workers, restaurant workers, bartenders, caddies, truckers, police, sheriffs, ICE, military, veterans, firefighters, first responders. The Trump Republican Party is America's Republican Party, because we keep America and our American people first. I also want to say, I've had some good exposure when it comes to media. I've been interviewed by RSPN, which, as you know, is Right Side Broadcasting Network. It's a national network. And, I said on social media that I think about 12,000 people saw that interview live in Nevada, but I think it was more like 100,000 people. So just want to say, our campaign for president is gathering good momentum. Mm-hmm. 2 quick things I want to share as well.
Okay.
So I have made a policy statement on my campaign social media in the form of a video and a statement. And here's the policy. So look, Michael, as you know, our great American flag flies half-staff. They call it half-staff. Mm-hmm. Sometimes to show respect to certain situations and events, right? It flies half-staff. And, I was thinking about it, and I said, look, I love our great American flag, and I'm a very patriotic guy, and I think our American flag, or I believe our American flag, should always fly high and proud, always and forever fly full staff and high and proud. Mm-hmm. And, there's this great video by President Trump. It's actually a speech by President Trump, and, as you know, I'm tremendously positively inspired by President Trump. Yes. And in the video, President Trump says, "Have you challenged accepted wisdom?" And I said to myself, look, for a long time, America and probably many other countries across the world have been flying our great American flag half-staff on certain occasions. And I don't like that. I want our great American flag 24/7, 365, always to fly high and proud. And so I'm making this campaign promise. If I become President of the United States of America, the 48th President of the United States of America, I will always and forever fly our great American flag high and proud in our country. It will never fly half-staff.
Okay.
And that's just a patriotic policy that I have. And the last thing I want to share is, a lot of people, Michael, over the last few weeks and days and months even, have asked me, what would you do if J.D. Vance runs against you for president? And even, some people even encouraged me to make a statement about it. And I did make a statement about it. And the reality is, I don't really care if J.D. Vance runs. I really don't care. Look, you need to have a certain type of personality to be president, and you need to have a certain type of personality to be vice president. Now, look, President Trump is top of the ticket and the 47th president of the United States of America for many reasons. He's a big Christian. He's a fighter. And he has that I am president of the United States of America aura and the alpha male personality that a president should have. Now, J.D. Vance, I actually call him docile beta male J.D. Vance or docile cheeks beta male J.D. Vance. I believe he's a beta male, and I think he will make a great vice president. Don't get me wrong. I think J.D. will make a great vice president because he will complement the top of the ticket, the man, President Donald J. Trump, in a very nice way. I think bottom of the ticket is a good position for him. But I can almost definitively say that J.D. Vance or docile cheeks beta male J.D. Vance will not be president in 2028. Look, Michael, I believe a lot of people already resonate with what I just said. The norm is the vice president is favored to win the next cycle, right? But I think it's just the politically correct thing to think or say because people want to support the ticket. The reality is, and this is a fact, there are very few, probably only 6 vice presidents in the history of our country where the vice president has actually gone on to become president by winning his own election. Look, vice presidents are vice presidents for a reason. Presidents are presidents for a reason. JD, in my opinion, will not be president in 2028, and many of you, I believe, already in your heart, believe this. I believe the opinion of JD Vance being the apparent frontrunner will start changing as soon as he begins his campaign for president, if he begins his campaign for president. I just want to say this, I'm ready to take a bullet for all our American people. On the political stage, I've taken on criminal gangs and cartels such as MS-13 and Tren de Aragua. I've talked about it on your show multiple times. And, I've told these gangs directly on air that if you're listening in, get the hell out of our great United States of America. And I believe I have the personality, the ability, and the I am president of the United States of America aura that President Trump has that will take me across the finish line on November 7th, I believe, 2028. J.D. Vance will not be president November 7th, 2028. And I just wanted to share that with your great viewers and listeners. And, again, I want to say, I'm really honored to be a guest on your great Good Morning Keys radio show today where, I'm sure thousands of great American patriotic supporters of President Donald J. Trump are listening in live. And, I'm the biggest and most loyal supporter of President Trump in the country, and I've proven that through my campaigning. And, I just want to encourage your viewers to take a look at my campaign website. It's www.garybarveforamerica.com. I'll share it at the end of the segment as well. And again, Michael, thank you so much, and happy to answer any questions that you might have for me. Open book, sir.
Yeah, well, and I appreciate that. Gary Barve for president. It is GaryBarveForAmerica.com online to find out more. So interesting. You brought up a couple of different points as far as flying the flag at half-mast. So do you not feel that's an appropriate way to show respect or condolences, or for instance, Jimmy Carter is the reason?
Understood.
So do you think that's an inappropriate way to show that respect?
Well, I believe that respect should be shown to certain events and situations. I'm completely for that. Okay. I want to clarify, I'm completely for showing respect to certain situations and events as a country.
Yes.
But flying the great American flag half-staff just does not resonate with me. I think we should find an alternate way to show respect, to show support to certain situations and events as a country, and we'll figure out what that alternative way is. I always want to see our great American flag always and forever fly high and proud. I want our enemies to see that. I want our friends to see that. I want our American people to see that. I think we owe it to our country. I think we owe it to our great American police, sheriffs, ICE, military, veterans, firefighters, first responders who risk their lives for our great American flag. I genuinely believe we owe it to America to fly our great American flag high and proud 24/7, 365. And, I'll say this. I'll just say this. Let's say I become president, right? I believe I will become president someday. I will say this. The day I die, right, whenever that happens, I want the American flag, if I'm president, I want the American flag to fly 1 foot higher than it usually flies. I love our country, and I think it's the way to show support and respect for our great country. I want our American flag always to fly high and proud, and I will get this done if I'm elected 48th President of the United States of America.
Again, it is Gary Barve. He's running for president in the 2028 election. And it will be interesting, Gary, to see what J.D. Vance does do. He kind of by necessity right now is kind of taking a back seat to President Trump. It would be kind of foolhardy to try to upstage him. It'll be interesting to see.
Well, there's no way to outstage. There's no way to outstage the man, President Donald J. Trump. Yeah. And I think it's his personality as well. He takes the backstage because that's his personality. It comes naturally to him. And I think he's a good choice for vice president. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. President Trump has made a good choice for vice president in the form of J.D. Vance. Don't get me wrong. I believe that. But I believe J.D. Vance has that docile beta male personality. And, some people say, why are you saying that about the vice president? I'm saying that because I want to knock him out of the election as soon as possible politically. I want to win this election, and not just for some power grab, Michael. I want to win this election because I genuinely believe that I'm the right man to lead the country come 2028 and make America great again. Yeah. Keep America great and save America as a Republican supporter of the 47th and the greatest president of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump.
Yes, so Gary, speaking of President Trump, we've had a very active almost 2 weeks of his 47th presidency. 47th president, not for him, but it's his second presidency. Nonetheless, a lot of resolutions, a lot of very strong statements came out. Are there any that you disagreed with as far as the highlights of the first week and a half?
No, I think it's had a tremendous start to his administration, tremendous start. And, he's signed hundreds of executive orders. I saw I think it was on his first day or second day in office where he was signing executive orders, and at the same time, he was fielding questions from a lot of reporters. I think it was in the Oval Office at the White House. And I thought it was a tremendous way to differentiate from the horrific administration that the Democrats had with corrupt Joe Biden and dumb as a rock Kamala. I think President Trump has achieved more in the first week of his administration than Joe Biden and Kamala Harris did in 4 years. And, they actually took the country in the opposite direction. So it was a negative they took the country in a negative direction, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. And President Trump is bringing it back. I think, the illegal immigration, you saw the numbers drop across the southern border. The numbers are coming in, and the numbers are dropping like a rock, which is a great thing. The illegal immigration, people don't want to come into our country illegally now because they know there's repercussions. Yeah. They know there's a price to pay if you come in illegally into our country. President Trump is leading with strength. It's peace through strength. And, I think the world has realized that in many ways, with the tariffs that he's putting on Mexico and Canada and some other countries, with the sort of, the peace through strength personality that he has. I've sort of studied peace through strength in a really, really strong way in the last few weeks and months. And, I believe peace through strength is a very interesting thing that I strongly believe in. And, the personality of the president plays a part in it. The manner of communicating plays a part in it. Gut instinct plays a part in it. And timing plays a part in it, along with the ability to take action if needed. Yeah. And President Trump has all that in a strong way. And, I'm learning a lot from President Trump when it comes to that. And I think it's going to be a great 4 years for President Trump and really for our country and for our great American people.
Yeah, Gary Barve for president. He's running for the president of the United States of America in the 2028 election, talking about that ahead of time now. So, Gary, it's interesting. America First agenda certainly has been prominent the first week and a half or so. A lot of executive orders that focused on domestic issues, policies, the border, etc. It'll be also interesting to see foreign policy come to the fore as well. We've had, we had a little bit of discussion regarding Colombia. That came and went pretty quickly. Iran
that was really. Yeah, sorry, go on.
Yeah, I was going to say Iran and China and Russia have yet to be dealt with, and the Israel-Hamas situation is kind of at bay for now. But those will all be upcoming. Marco Rubio will be at the forefront of those, but it'll be interesting to see, exactly the stance that President Trump does take with some of those other foreign adversaries.
Yeah, well, I would say on the forefront of it is President Trump more than Marco Rubio. I think President Trump is at the forefront. He's leading the country, no doubt about it. Mm-hmm. I mean, you see the change in momentum for our country, right? President Trump is in office, and like President Trump says, there's a light shining over the world, a positive light shining over the entire world, and most definitely the country. And, you look at the situation with Colombia, right, where the Colombian leader sort of said the Colombian leader is not going to cooperate with taking back the illegal immigrants that have come into our country from Colombia. And President Trump did a tremendous thing. He said tariffs, visas revoked, and, it was a stick. It was a threat. It was a stick, but it was done in a way that the Colombian leader I believe he sent his presidential plane to pick up the illegal immigrants from our country and took them back to, Colombia, which is where they should be. And, I want to say this. I support lawful as in legal immigration. That is fine. Illegal immigration is not fine. And I think Tom Homan is doing a tremendous job for our country, and President Trump is obviously leading the way with the illegal immigration stopping. And, the gangs are going to get out of our country immediately. I hopefully will play a part in doing that as a candidate for President of the United States of America in the 2028 election as a Republican supporter of President Trump. But I think President Trump is leading the country in such a tremendous, strong way. With I think again tariffs is a very strong thing. I think I spoke about it at your previous on your previous show. Yeah. I think tariffs is a tremendous way to build peace in America. It's not just to keep businesses in America. It's also to keep peace in the world, because it's a threat. It's a threat to countries, and it's a threat on an economic perspective. But it's a threat no matter what however you want to spin it. It's a threat where you say, look, your country is going to have economic, negatives if you don't, for example, stop the illegal immigration across the southern border or the northern border with Canada and things like that. Mm-hmm. I think it's a tremendous start to President Donald J. Trump's administration, Michael.
Yes, indeed. Well, Gary Barve for President of the United States of America, running in the 2028 election. Gary Barve for America.com online. So, Gary, that's probably going to have to do it for us for today, unless there's anything else you'd like to emphasize. But we'll have further discussions in the future for sure.
Definitely, Michael. I just want to share my campaign social media with your great viewers and listeners. If you want to stay updated with my campaign, I would really appreciate it if you like my campaign social media. My campaign Facebook handle is Gary Barve for USA. Again, Barve is spelled B as in boy, A as in America, R as in Republican, V as in victory, E as in elephant. So it's Gary Barve for USA. Facebook is Gary Barve for USA. Truth Social is at Gary Barve. Truth Social is obviously President Donald J. Trump's social media. And my X.com account, which I recently started, is at Gary Barve USA. At Gary Barve USA. So if you want to stay updated with my campaign, I would really appreciate it if you like my social media. And finally, I will say, I'm ready to take a bullet for you, our great American people, and I really want to serve our country and make America great again, keep America great, and save America as a Republican supporter of President Trump. And so if you could please make a campaign contribution through my campaign website, even if it's a $20, $50, $60 campaign contribution, I would really appreciate it. My campaign website, like Michael said, is www.GaryBarveForAmerica.com. Thank you very much for your support, and thank you, Michael, for giving me the opportunity again to share my views with, I think, thousands and thousands of your great viewers and listeners. I really appreciate it, sir. Thank you so much.
Indeed, Gary, and we certainly appreciate your dedication to helping keep America great, running for president. I don't know of anybody else who has officially declared running for president for the 2028 election, so we appreciate your tenacity and your persistence there. We'll talk about in future about your continuing campaign.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, and you have a great day ahead. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. You do the same, and God bless.